Hi, I'm Metzli. I use they, them pronouns. I'm a client advocate with a legal advocacy project for survivors here at the Los Angeles LGBT Center, which is situated in the unceded land of the Chumash and Tongva people. As direct service providers, it often feels like we're playing catch up. There are always more victims and survivors. Prevention helps get at the root of the violence, educate those at risk about violence, empower and control, prevent re-victimization, and prevent harm from occurring in the first place. Dedicating funds specifically to prevention not only helps address the roots of violence, but also supports direct service providers. Prevention looks like economic justice, food justice, affordable, stable housing, community building and community support, education on healthy relationships and personal empowerment, mental health support, and groups or community circles designed specifically for marginalized communities in which they can explore and process their collective trauma. Many marginalized communities, including the LGBTQ community, are at a higher risk of violence due to a lack of access to resources, stability, and support. Awareness and education about collective trauma and how it relates to intimate relationships is another important piece of prevention. All of these amazing prevention efforts create conditions in which folks can thrive. Our project's prevention efforts focuses on mitigating harm, raising awareness, and community education. For example, our health and wellness workshop hosted for community members focuses on easy and accessible ways to build and maintain support systems, especially during the increased isolation of the pandemic. Preventing isolation is important as isolation increases risk of victimization. We invited community members to participate in brainstorming ways they care for their health and wellness already and how to intentionally implement new ways of caring for their health and wellness with their support system. Our Know Your Rights workshop focused on educating the community about their rights when faced with hate-motivated violence. Our goal is to empower attendees with the awareness of their options and rights and offer support. And finally, our consent trainings with the LGBTQ youth of the Center's youth services opened up a dialogue with the youth about consent, relationship building, and healthy communication. Our support and intervention plants the seed to raise awareness of these factors, and our clients become open to accessing additional services to understand and mitigate these issues. Our hope is to empower folks to self-advocate and reach out to support systems. LGBTQ interpersonal violence often intersects with homo bi transphobia, hate-motivated violence, and other types of marginalization. Our communities are small and can often feel isolating, so building relationships, community, and support is so vital. The workshops and trainings we host are just a few examples of how we work towards this goal. Our long-term goal is a violence-free community. We must be ambitious in our long-term visions for a society free of domestic violence, interpersonal violence, and violence in general. Funding is key to long-lasting, sustainable programs. Prevention is a long-term investment in community safety. Policymakers can support prevention by supporting the implementation of prevention curriculum and youth education and youth programs. They can also attend prevention trainings similar to the ones we often attend, as it deepens the understanding of the importance of prevention work. Hands-on exposure can be so impactful and inspiring. As Miriam Kava says, hope is a discipline. We must stay inspired and hopeful about prevention.